Ethan Myles was a man who craved silence. A former combat medic turned wilderness guide, he had spent the last 4 years alone in the Nevada desert, his only companions the stars and the howling wind. He liked it that way. No noise, no war, no people, but that silence was shattered one night by a thunderous crash. He raced to the impact site, flashlight in hand, expecting maybe a downed drone or a meteorite. What he found was neither. It was a ship, not made of steel, but something translucent and pulsing, almost organic in design. Smoke hissed from jagged wounds in its hull. Inside, through a half-open hatch, he heard a sound, a whimper, like a child crying. Ethan moved instinctively. She lay nestled in the crook of an armless seat, wrapped in a thin webbing of alien silk. A small figure, slender, glowing faintly blue, with tear-streaked cheeks. Her breathing was shallow, her body shivering. She looked part amphibian, part human, but most of all, helpless. His combat training kicked in. He wrapped her in his jacket and ran back to his shack. Once inside, he laid her gently on the table and took stock. Her pulse, oddly double-beat, was fading fast. She was going into shock. Her blood, when he made a tiny incision to check pressure, was luminous white. She was dying, and he couldn't live with himself if he did nothing. The local R would never believe this. And the government, they'd disappear her and him. So he contacted an old friend, Dr. Marin Shaw, an exobiologist now working in private research. She flew in undercover darkness, her portable lab humming with alien diagnostics. She's not just injured, Ethan, Marin said after 2 hours. She's suffering from hemorrhagic anemia. Something in your atmosphere ruptured her blood cell matrix. What's the cure? She needs blood. Compatible. Cross-species. If we don't, she dies tonight. He didn't hesitate. Take mine. Marin's eyes widened. Ethan, if your blood isn't compatible, it could kill you both. Then you better make sure it is. The transfusion was improvised, delicate, and nerve-wracking. Ethan's blood coursed through the micropurifier before entering the child's veins. Her body shuddered, then calmed. She stabilized. Ethan passed out. When he awoke, the child was sitting beside him, blinking with large, pearlescent eyes. She touched his face with a soft, webbed hand and whispered a single word. Zara. Her name. And then she smiled. 3 nights later, the wind changed. Something massive shimmered above the desert sky. Then it descended, quiet, cloaked in light. Another vessel, larger, darker. Ethan stepped outside with Zara beside him. From the ship came a figure. Tall, elegant, armored in iridescent skin, eyes glowing with intensity. She did not speak with her mouth, but with her mind, a pressure against Ethan's thoughts. I am Nyhal, matron of Zara. You have saved my bloodline. I am bound by ancient code to repay this debt. You are owed. He expected riches, perhaps a gift of knowledge. What came next stunned him. You have proven compatible. You will bond with me. You will breed. Ethan laughed, thinking it was some strange cultural translation. But Nyhal wasn't joking. She explained her species, the Lyri, reproduced rarely, only when a genetic match was found outside their own to prevent extinction. Zara had been on a scouting voyage to Earth. Her DNA meant to test compatibilities in case of catastrophe. Ethan's blood had not just healed Zara, it had awakened dormant genes. He was the first viable human donor in recorded Lyri history, and now he was seen as sacred as a father-to-be, a vessel of continuation. Ethan refused at first. No offense, he said to the towering alien queen, but I'm not some breeding stud for another species. Nyhal tilted her head, puzzled. Do you not breed for love? I breed for freedom, he muttered. Choice. Zara looked between them, confused and worried. But Nyhal was patient. Over days, she stayed, learning Ethan's ways, teaching him about the Lyri. She shared stories of a dying race, lost worlds, and the last hope buried in Zara's small chest. And slowly, Ethan's hardened heart began to soften. The Lyri believed in ceremony, not just ritual, but a mutual agreement of biology and soul. If Ethan accepted, he would be bonded to Nyhal not just physically, but psychically. Their DNA would merge. He'd share dreams with her. Memories. The ritual, called Illyrian Weave, would seal him as Zara's father in full. He had a choice. One night, as stars burned crimson in the desert sky, Ethan stood beside Nyhal and whispered, "I don't know what this means long term, but I won't turn my back on her. Or you." Nyhal reached for his hand. The bond was made. Weeks passed. Ethan was no longer alone. His shack became a nexus of two worlds, Lyri and human. He was taught to meditate through Neuralink, to sense Zara's thoughts, to feel Nyhal's presence even from miles away. And one night, under silver moons, he watched as Nyhal's body shimmered, life forming within her. Not grotesque or alien, but beautiful, radiant. A miracle of two worlds. Zara laughed with joy, calling him father. He had given blood to save one life. Now, he had been given three in return. A Lyri vessel came to take them back to the stars, but Ethan hesitated. "This is my home," he told Nyhal. "Then it shall be mine too," she said. The Queen stayed, not for obligation, but for bond. Ethan built new shelter, one with open-roof domes for the stargazing Zara loved. He became a father in every way, feeding, teaching, protecting. And when his second child was born, half human, half Lyri, he wept, not because of confusion, but because he had never known purpose could feel like this. Sometimes Ethan sits on the porch, Zara on one side, the newborn cooing in Nyhal's arms. The stars, once silent, now whisper to him. He remembers the day he gave blood and thinks, "That was the day I became more than human," not because he saved a life, but because he chose to live one, extraordinary, cosmic, and full of love,